Thank you for joining us today. My name is Aggie Martinez Yanez. I am a second-year transfer student. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm currently studying political science, minoring in psychology, and expected to graduate this June. Now, enough of me. I have here today Don Hunt. Please take some time to introduce yourself, Don.
Oh, thank you, Aurelie. This is Don Hunt. I'm the Associate Vice Chancellor of Enrollment Management here at UC Davis. I'm really pleased to be here with Aurelie to talk about the Transfer Experience, Aggie Experience Live. And, you know, it's a great opportunity and happy to be here. Aurelie, back to you.
Thank you, Don. And yes, I think a lot of what you're saying, being happy and excited are definitely some feelings that are resonating with me. I'm excited to graduate and see the end of my undergrad experience come to an end, but it's also exciting to see the new journeys that these newly admitted transfer students will take on. So I kind of wanted to ask you, how are you feeling about admissions and just in general, the Aggie Experience Live? What are some highlights that you experienced?
Oh, yes, Aurelie, it's hard to believe that we're here, but it's been a long year from a pandemic perspective. And as you students have really faced a lot of adversities trying to, navigate, to be a part of this event this week has been great. We've had a lot of different events ready for transfer students specifically. And, we focused on majors. I think it was over 29 different events over this week. A really, really great opportunity for transfers to really get a good wealth of information. The team worked very hard collaborating across the campus with all of our different stakeholders, just so that we knew that there was a lot of information that transfers needed. And we tried to do our best to give transfers all the opportunities to have that information at their fingertips. I'm really excited that the admissions process is nearing an end, and now we're getting more towards the orientation process, and really a lot of opportunities for the new transfers to see themselves on our campus. And I really appreciate you taking time to share your experience with our newly admitted transfer students. So I'm going to flip it back on you for a second here, if you don't mind. But what would you talk to our incoming students about? What was your experience about? And, how do you feel? And what advice would you give them?
Thank you so much for sharing that, Don, in terms of the Aggie Experience Life. And it was so interesting because it was something that I was kind of reflecting on now that you asked me about my experience. I think I felt kind of behind from the minute I stepped foot at UC Davis. And I think that's just a feeling that transfer students will always have, right? Because you come in here thinking you have to finish this in 2 years. And so how much can I fit in 2 years, where students who have started here from freshman year have had 2 years to go, So I think this was my first time ever experiencing Aggie Experience Live. I wasn't able to do it last year because of my lack of accessibility to transportation. I'm from SoCal, so going up to North Cal for decision day wasn't an option for me. So I feel like I was newly admitted to UC this time around, but I think students have been set off to a really good start, being able to participate in these events. Coming to UC Davis was definitely a mix of emotions. There was a lot of bittersweetness to it. The sweetness was being in a whole new environment, being surrounded by, college students in the college town. That was really nice, getting to meet new people, but also came with the challenges of building new support systems. I had been in my community college for 5 years, which is a long time, right? It's not what they advertise community college to be, but I really took those 5 years to establish my support systems, my connections, my networks. So coming into UC Davis, I had to start from zero, from scratch. And I think I had a lot of expectations on myself of doing that off the bat, which did kind of take a toll on me at the beginning, the first quarter. And that's something that happens, right? Because imposter syndrome was something I had never heard of until my first quarter. Also, transfer shock is something that's really real when we see like a fluctuating GPA, and that's totally normal. And I think that's something that I want to let students know, that there are going to be experiences that feel so lonely sometimes, but you're not the only one going through this. There's so much solidarity in the transfer community. It's just about, being transparent about what we're going through and seeking out those resources. So I think that's my word of advice is, looking out for those resources, as well as being gentle with ourselves, right? Because yes, there is so much that UC Davis offers, but sometimes we take on so much that we forget to enjoy the ride. UC Davis is not only full of resources and great opportunities for academics as well as internships, but it's also a great place to have fun. I'm actually wearing a shirt that I got from my first basketball game. That was really fun. I also was able to go to like a football game. That was really good. So also take advantage of the Mondavi Center. I went to a free show. There's just so much happening that I wouldn't want students to feel like all they had to do was academics, internships, because UC Davis is also part of its experience is social life, and the arc is really beautiful. I just recently went there, so definitely take advantage of all those great opportunities we have to offer. And one last thing, doing a little shameless plug, because I am a peer advisor at the Transfer Center. Really go to the Transfer Center. The transfer community is here and we are real, and I think it's really important to know that there are so many transfer students. We offer holistic support, meaning we have peer advising, community engagement events, as well as just kind of getting to come talk to us. We have free coffee, so definitely take advantage of the resources.
Aurelia, you make such great points, and I think that's also the same sort of points that I want to make sure we help transfers recognize, that there is a transfer center here for them, available to make sure that that center knows exactly what these students are going through. They can really speak the language. Generally, it's supported by transfer students who have gone through the experience. So as you said, transfer students, you're not alone. This is a perfect opportunity for you to have resources. UC Davis has a wealth of resources, and the Transfer Center can help guide you to those resources, so you don't have to discover it yourself. So if nothing else, if you don't remember anything else about this process, remember there is a Transfer Center that is dedicated to their success, dedicated to making sure that they learn how to navigate a university. Because as you're saying, there's freshmen that started and have had 2 years or 3 years to figure it out, and you're trying to figure it out, but also you've got 2 years, you want to do it in 2 years. So you're like, do I really have that much time to figure it all out, or can someone help me? And that's the other part. Being successful is not about not doing it all yourself. It's about actually being open to asking for help. Because we're all here at the university, here to support student success. And that's why we're here, to be quite honest. That's exactly why we're here. I'm in my role, but when I can have these opportunities to chat with students and offer advice and engage, these are the wonderful experiences that keeps me in the work and keeps me ready to support students, because you're the future. You're the next generation, and your success is our success.
Yes,
so
definitely.
I think we're about at time. This is how quick how time flies.
Wow. Yes, I actually just wanted to ask you, what is the next steps for newly admitted transfers?
Oh yes, good point. I'm glad you're on this call, because you're helping keeping me honest. Yeah, the next step for transfers is really important. June is critical for all of you. A lot of deadlines. The very first deadline that we want you to acknowledge is say yes to UC Davis, June 1st. We really need you to say yes, or we really want you to say yes to UC Davis. I don't think you would regret it. It's a great place to be, but there's deadlines throughout the first week of June. So what I can offer is to make sure you check your My Admissions portal to stay aware of all of the deadlines that you need to be aware of. And please don't hesitate to reach out. If you're not sure if there's any deadlines for the upcoming week, reach out. Send us an email. We will send you what you need to be mindful of. So we don't expect you to remember it all or just manage it yourself. If you need the help because you've got other things happening in your world, just let us know. We will be happy to support you in this process. So really, again, the first week of June is the big one, a housing deadline. We do need you to figure out your housing, especially if you're relocating. And we do offer guarantee housing, but you got to hit the deadline. So
yes, I've been really blessed with that. I'm really grateful for that.
So you do want to make sure you get your housing taken care of, and make sure you get your financial aid figured out, because we're here, and that's important that you have that sense of security and sense of stability as you try to begin to navigate your academic portions of your time here at UC Davis. So that's it on my end. Aurelie?
Thank you so much for all those reminders. I know as a student, I constantly need reminders. There is a lot happening in the world, so I really appreciate that. And like you said, make sure that you stay on top of those. And the last bit of advice that I want to leave you with is to be you, because that's why UC Davis accepted you. So we need you here at UC Davis. It was a pleasure talking to you today, Dawn. Thank you so much for your energy, for your words, and we look forward to seeing you all next academic year.
Awesome. You as well, Aurelie. Thank you for this time. But congratulations and best of luck as you continue on in your own journey.
Thank you so much. Have a good
All right.
rest of your day.
You too. Bye.